Hey, we're here at my mom's garden this morning, and we're going to be helping her prune her fruit trees. This is a nectarine fruit tree, and this one's an apricot. And so there's two different times to prune your fruit trees. Once in the dormant season, and then also in the summer. We are now towards the end of June, coming up on July, so early summer. First things first, you're going to start by observing the tree. Look at the tree, which I'm sure you saw me walking around, and you want to start thinking about what kind of shape you want on your tree. But we're going to start with the bottom here, and you're going to remove any of these root suckers. Make sure you have some good sharp pruning shears, and you're going to put alcohol just to sanitize them. And we're going to go ahead and remove these bottom suckers here. You're just gonna remove them down to the soil level, and you want to make sure you get rid of all of those because those are going to be taking energy from the fruit tree. So we've removed all of our root suckers down here. Now we're going to make our way up under the canopy of the tree. I've got a couple of limbs here that I'm not really liking because they're taking away from the airflow underneath here. Cut these off. See, now we've got a good open canopy down here at the bottom, and we're gonna work our way up. So what we're gonna look for next is what's called water sprouts, and we're gonna work on opening the center of the tree here so we can get better airflow and sunlight. So any branches that are facing inward towards the center of our tree, we're gonna remove those. So see these here? We don't need that. We're gonna take those out. There's another one that's not necessary. There's one here. And we're just, as we cut, we're making sure that we cut those just up to the node of that tree. So this tree surprisingly doesn't have a lot of water sprouts, which is great. All right, so as we're in the center of this tree here, we're gonna make sure that we remove any dead, diseased, or damaged branches. They call it the 3Ds. So I'm looking around inside here. If we see anything like that, we remove it. This tree surprisingly looks really good. I don't see anything like that, but as we're going, we're kind of keeping that in mind. So as we prune these branches, as long as they're not diseased, we can cut them up like this and drop them down beneath the tree, and this is just going to feed and give the nutrients back to the fruit tree. So you can see here, these are our scaffold branches, our main branches. We got one and then two, maybe like 3 or 4, but I don't want these branches that are hanging down. They're kind of in the way. I'm going to remove these, and you're going to see it's going to open this up a little bit here. So like over here, we've got these branches coming down. It just looks ugly. Remember, we're kind of considering the shape of this tree and what we want. And so that's the beauty of being the pruner, is that you get control of that. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this one here. That one. There we go. A lot better. So one of the other things you're gonna think about, this is a smaller garden, right? So it's very compact in here, very little space. So we're thinking about that as well. Like when you're walking around this tree underneath and you've got wheelbarrows, some of these branches like this might just be a pain and they might get in your way. So we can go ahead and remove that. You know, depending on your scenario, it might look different. But like here's another one that just feels like it's gonna get in the way. Looking a lot better. Our canopy's raised a little bit. You can see through, good airflow. That's really important for fruit production. There are some people that have actually said that when they've done these summer pruning, they get another burst of fruit and like flowering and stuff like that. So it's just a really good idea to do it for your tree. And now we're gonna move into the height control. And this is optional, but I believe it's necessary to be able to keep your trees at a good height for harvesting. So for my mom and my dad, they said just to keep them around the height of my head. So that's what we're gonna do as we go around here. All right, so this is where my height is, right? I'm gonna be looking for an outward facing bud. Sometimes it might be a branch that's coming out. Right here, we've got a leaf. So we want that leaf to be facing outward. We don't wanna cut it where the leaf's facing in. That's gonna encourage growth to go in. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna cut at the same angle as that leaf right there. Branches that are right underneath your main, scaffold branching or whatever, you can actually remove those. These are just gonna get shaded out by the rest of the leaves and branches, and they're just gonna prevent airflow. So we're just gonna take out those as we go. So another thing we're doing as we go is we're gonna look for any branches that are crossing. See how these are going across like this? So we're gonna go ahead and just remove that one, and it'll kind of open up space there for fruit and for airflow. As we're making our way around the tree, just remember that if you see any branches that are shooting out towards the center, like this one here, we're gonna go ahead and remove that while we see it, because we don't want to forget about it. So any of those branches that are shooting back towards the center, here's another one on this side. Removing those. The branch that's shooting up back towards the center, we're gonna go ahead and remove that one as well. So there's a couple more branches here that are facing inward. We're gonna remove those. As we're working our way around, keep in mind that you want the branches to kind of go at a 45-degree angle. See this one, it's almost flat. We're gonna go in and we're actually just gonna go ahead and remove that. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this video of me pruning my mom's fruit tree. Get out there and prune your own. And if you have any questions or any tips for us, drop it in the comment section. We're all learning together. God bless y'all in Jesus' name. Bye-bye.